Hello and welcome everybody, it's that adventure guy and Luna. We are here because we have a package that we're going to open. We got this, I actually ordered something from Alibaba on November 10th. It is now December 2nd, so that's how long it took me to get this. I am excited about this. This is going to be used in a future adventure. So let's open this up a little bit here and see what we got. Hold on, let me get a knife and get this. There's a piece of tape there. Okay, I cut the tape open. Let's see what's inside of here. All right, let's see what is in the box. We got some pad, and we have the big boy. Here it is. Oh, I'm excited about this. Oh, it's heavier than I thought it was going to be. Let's see. We have a tufting gun. Look, we got some tufting cloth. Now, if you don't know, tufting makes rugs. And I am going to try my best to make a rug. This is the backing cloth. You put this on the back of the rug. This is what you're going to put the yarn into. Came with, oh, look at this, a bunch of yarn. Very fun and cool. And more importantly, look at this. We have, oh, what is it? There's more in here. Wait, there's even more than I thought. What is this? Okay, this is the trimmer for trimming the rug. And this is the gun. Wait, this is not the right gun at all. What the heck? This isn't what I ordered. That's a fail. It was supposed to be the AKV. Okay, I'm gonna get in contact with them. So I have been playing email with Alibaba, with the seller, Mr. Wang Bubble. And I'm sorry if this sounds a little insensitive, but the name Wang Bubble probably should have been my first clue that I was getting scammed. But let me just show you what I got as to what I was promised. So this is the gun that I got. You can see it has that thing on the top here. Nothing on the back or anything like that. And I printed up the listing. This is direct from the listing. And you can just see, look, there's no big gear on the bottom. This has this big plastic thing. There is no, I think this is actually plastic on this side. There's no plastic on the side of this. The back does not have anything. Actually, I printed out a second one. Got Luna up here joining me. But you can see there's supposed to be a little digital display on the back. So this is definitely, obviously, not the right gun. This one here has like a grip on it. There is nothing. It's not even contoured really. So not the right one. Not to mention, I was supposed to get a frame, and I did not get the metal frame either. So this is what I have. I'm dealing with it. Hopefully it's a quick return process, but who knows. Might as well test it out, see if it's worth it. I don't think it's going to be worth $220 because I see these ones selling for $25 to $45 here locally. Now those are used, albeit, but yeah, $25 to $45, not $220 all day. Let's, oh, okay, yeah, that's what this one sounds like here. You can see it looks like it's like sparking up there. See the flashing, the sparking? Again, nothing on the back. You can, I don't know if it's showing, but there is definitely a good bit of vibration with it. But I have it. I'm not sure for how long. Let's go test this out. Now, I did go ahead and buy myself a tufting frame. That's what this is here. It has some like carpet strips. If you look, there's little tacks and nails inside of it that you attach the tufting cloth to, which I'll show you in a second here. But yeah, I got this one here for almost nothing off of Amazon. It was, I think, $8. It was a, oh look, Yoshi's up. Hi, Yosh. But it was a open box one. It did have a little bit of damage right here, but I was able to replace that for like $2. So definitely worth getting the open box one. Would not recommend getting a frame in full price. So you're better off just building one. Looks like Yoshi's gonna head back into his house. Good seeing you, Yosh. So I'm going to put the tufting cloth on and get started. Now, these do have lines on it, so the first thing I'm going to do is line up this line here with the corner of the frame. That way it all stays straight. I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to do it. I've never done this before, but it seems like the logical thing to do. Now, I did read also that one of the main issues people have is not making this tight. So you want to make it so it beats like a drum. Now, I did go ahead and get myself some yarn because you can't tuft without yarn. Isn't that right, Luna? Luna is very, very intrigued by the frame and what's going on over there. But I did stop at the local thrift store here and get myself some yarn. I got 3 different colors. I got 2 of the white. Now, apparently, you're supposed to use 2 strands. So I got 2 whites, 2. I guess this is like a purple, and then one of these blue ones. Now, this blue one is a lot thicker. You can see the difference there. A lot thicker than the other one. So I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. So now the first thing we have to do is draw our image on here. So we have something to kind of go through, a little guide, if you will. So I'm just gonna do something simple because this is my very first one ever. So we'll just start with, and you will notice what I am doing is going to be backwards because this is not the front of the rug. The other side is actually going to be the front, the untufted side. And I am using these lines here to kind of keep things straight for myself, keep it easy. H over here, and make a little I, so we'll say hi. Okay, so that's going to be our image. We'll do this in purple and then the background in the white. You can see I have it all done. The H here, the I there. It's not the straightest thing. I mean, I can tell right there I really kind of screwed it up. But again, this is just a little practice one. My first attempt at one. I just want to give it a shot. So now, on to the next, I'm saying 2, I don't know how many steps we're at now. The next step, we are going to thread the yarn into the gun. And it's kind of hard to see, but there is a little, very, very thin piece of metal there. There you go. You can kind of see it there. So I'm going to stick this through the different holes here, put the yarn through it, and then pull it out, and that should bring the yarn with it. So let's give that a little attempt here. And there is one hole, I think, in here somewhere. Yes, got it through there. And one other hole right there. Okay, now I'm going to go get the yarn. Now we are going to use the recommended 2 strands of yarn. So got the 2 pieces here. Little difficult to do this with one hand, but I think I can handle. Maybe. Okay, yes, I think I got it. Yep, it's through. Now I'm just going to pull on this, and that should pull the yarn with it. Yep, and there it goes. Perfect. So it is threaded. The yarn is through everything. Now to tufting. Okay, I did miss one step. I rectified it though. You are supposed to put the yarn through these eyelets up here. These are part of the frame. So that adds, I think, a little bit of attention to it and kind of pulls it out of the way so it doesn't get tangled. So that is done. I rethreaded the tufting gun. The frame, the fabric is really tight, almost like a drum, if you will. That's, from what I read, how you know it's ready. So I am going to start on the top here, maybe on the side a little bit, do some test ones. Again, since I've never done this before, I don't want to screw up in the middle, which I'm sure is going to happen, let's be honest. But let's do our first little patterns here. And again, you can see it's ready, so let's actually give this a shot, see what happens to this yarn if it's not threaded, or if it's not put into the fabric. Oh, look at that, making it rain yarn. That's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to change it to the lowest setting. There's different speeds on it, so you want to be firm on here so it's pushed all the way in. Oh, might help if I turn it on. Here we go. Oh, not bad. I did notice, I think I added made a little hole in it already. Yeah, you can kind of see right there on the top of it. But the rest of it, not too bad looking, I don't think. Not bad for my first go at it. Well, let's have our 2 practice ones in. Might as well give this a try here. Give this a start. See how good we do. All right, I'm already noticing that I am a little too close to the frame on the corner here. Yeah, that's not bad, I don't think. For my first line. Let's go to line number 2. And again, I am on the slowest setting possible right now. And I don't know if you can see it, lost the yarn again. Okay, we are rethreaded, ready to go. Maybe if I hold this in my... No, that will probably just add more tension. Now, there's not very much tension, so I don't understand why it keeps doing that. It could just be because it is a very cheaply made gun too, which is more probably the case. Now, I probably should do an outline on these ones here. So we're going to outline the H. Now, you'll notice I'm turning the whole gun. This gun, actually all tufting guns, as far as I know, can only go up. You can't go side to side or down. You have to go up. So when you see me turning it like this, this is the upside here, so I needed to keep on following the same way. And I lost the yarn. Now here's a view from the other side, so you can kind of see it taking its current shape. So we are again working on this H here, the outline of the H. Fell out again. Okay, well, I think this is going to be as far as we make it today. The yarn keeps falling out. Actually, you know what? I'll do a couple more practice ones at the top with the other yarn, especially that thicker yarn, to see if it works. But as far as this goes, we're done today. The yarn keeps falling out. I'm guessing it's the gun. It might be the yarn, though, too. I don't know. Or it could be my technique. Again, I have no idea. But let's take a peek and see how it looks on the other side. And look at this. It is nice and thick, like lush. That actually, this part right there feels like a carpet. So it's getting the job done. It's slow. Again, I have to realign the yarn every time I pull it out. It seems to fall out. So again, it could be something I'm doing, but I'm not really too sure. I'm going to hold off doing any more of this part down here, though, until I get the new gun. Okay, I went ahead, rethreaded that purple yarn, did a couple lines. I thought I was recording. Apparently I wasn't. But you'll see on the back, every once in a while you'll get these little things here. These just fall right out. So those are no issue at all. But I did do some of the purple ones. Let's go turn this camera around and see what it looks like on the other side. Oh, wow. Yeah. You can really see how it's starting to have that carpet kind of factor form to it. And here's the white ones that we did over there. I also went ahead and finished up the frame here, or not the frame, but the high, the H and the I. The yarn fell out so many times. I'm not sure if it's the yarn or if it's the gun. I'm guessing it's probably the gun because it also happened once with this purple yarn too. So I'm very happy that I'm returning it. One last yarn to try with this cheap, the knockoff gun, if you will, the bait and switch gun. This is that really thick one. I'm going to go do one strand, because A, I only have one roll of it, and B, I think it's too thick to do two. Again, this is what we were working with. You can see just the size difference between this one and this one. So we're gonna go with this blue one here. I'm seeing some issues already. I don't know if it's coming up, but maybe it looks better on the other side. We'll see. And let's take a peek. Actually, that is better than I thought it was. That might be usable. I might be able to use this thicker one. Oh, it definitely feels a lot different too. So I might be able to get away with doing this with just one strand. So maybe, just maybe, I can use that other yarn after all, which is a big relief because I have about 10 rolls of it that I got from the thrift store. Well, it has been several weeks, but look, we have a new package that has arrived. So let me get into opening this one. All the shipping labels and stuff are on the other side, so I'm keeping that down for protection. Let's get this open. Come on. Man, they have this thing packaged in here good. And one-handed isn't the ideal way of opening this either. Okay. There we go. Alright, I'm going to put you down while I get the rest of this. Okay, I have successfully opened it. I have not gone through it yet or opened it any more beyond this, so I have no idea if it's the correct one. Fingers crossed this time it is. Let's take a peek. Okay, this is looking more promising. Yes, this is, at least the box is the correct box. Let's get this out of here. There we go. That looks like the gun. Notice there's no motor on the top. This has the little front end on it, the grips. This is the AKV. This is the one I wanted. Of course, this has some stickers on it too. Let me get this cut open. Hold on. I got the tape off. Let's give this an open and see if it is indeed this gun right here, which fingers crossed it is, because the other box didn't even have that on it. Let's open this up. There you go, the AKV cutting. Now it says AKVI 6, so I have the V or the 6. I believe the V is the one that cuts. The 6 does not cut, or maybe it's vice versa, but you just move the scissors to change it. It's the same gun, does both functions. At least that's my understanding. Let's open this up. Okay, get this out of the way. Yes, there we go. This is the right gun, guys. Oh, this is such a relief. I was terrified of ordering again off of Alibaba because they tried to scam me the first time. I'm still working on the very, very expensive deal. You can see this has the digital display on the back. There is no big gears or motors on the top or on the bottom. Oh, let's see what else is in here. We got the power supply. We have more cord, more tools and stuff, I guess, to open it up. A little bottle for the oil, which I do have. And let's put this handle on, see how it actually feels to be held the correct way. Okay, oh yeah, that feels so good in the hands, guys. Holy cow, does that feel different? This right here just perfectly contours to my fingers. It's not slippery or anything like the other one. This just feels so much better made. This actually feels pretty much like a good drill, like a good Milwaukee drill or something. That's what this feels like. Now, the question is, how good does this work? Let's give this a try. Let's give this one a shot. The new gun, guys. I'm excited about this. So let's turn this on. Oh, look at that. This one actually has a light on the front of it. So you can kind of see what you're doing. Oh, that's nice. That is really, really nice. Again, this has the thing on the back where it tells you how fast it's going. Right now, that's the lowest setting. And, oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference, but this thing is silent. And this does not shake my hand nearly as much. This is like, oh my gosh. This is like a completely different tool. This is what I wanted. This is what I was supposed to get, guys. Oh, that is awesome. Let's get to tufting with it. Now the important part. How does this handle? How does this tuft? Again, I'm doing this one hand, so it's not going to be the straightest job by any means. Holy cow, is that easy? Oh my gosh, that's like... That takes zero effort, guys. Oh my gosh, is that easy? That is night and day, and you can just see how tightly together these are, whereas these other ones are kind of loosey-goosey up there. This is a completely different tool. This is where it's at. So let's get back to tufting. Now I'm excited about this. Okay, let's go. I think I'm gonna crank this up a little bit, go a little faster. Move it. I was at 1,000, I'm at 1,500. Let's see how that is. Oh yeah, that's a nice good pace for a beginner, I think. So it's been a few months, still going back and forth with Mr., Mrs., maybe it's Mrs., I don't know. I'm going back and forth with Wang Bubble still, with no resolution from Alibaba. Now, this second one I did get from Alibaba as well. Obviously, this one is not a scam. You know what? If I remember to, I'll leave the link for it down in the description if it's still going on. But who knows? Alibaba, things come and go there all the time. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to jump this up even half faster. I'm going to go 2300. Let's see how 2300 does. Oh yeah, I like that. That's the speed that I want to be at. There we go. So yeah, it's been a couple months. Still have not got my refund yet. Even though they said they were going to give me one, I have not get one. And at this point, I am no longer holding my breath for one either. I think that may have come and gone. Now, going through all of this debacle with everything, I did talk with the owner of Tufting, and he is an absolute amazing guy. So he offered to help out, give me a nice machine to use in the meantime. But I wanted to figure out what was going on with this first. So I did end up getting the right gun from a different seller. But big thank you and shout out to Tufting. I would highly recommend. They were highly recommended to me as well too. And not just that, like I said, the customer service is, you can't be beat with it. So, not sponsored by them by any means. Not even using their gun. But wanted to throw that out there because they really went out of their way to try to help me. This is actually going a lot faster and quicker than I thought it would. Look at this. The yarn has not fallen out one time yet. This is incredible. So yeah, it was the cheap gun that was making the yarn come out. So you can see how it looks from this side. I think, let me put some light on it. I think that looks fantastic. How about you guys? Nice and thick in there. And now this over here, you can kind of see how the rug's gonna take shape over here. Get some of these white ones out. But yeah, you can see the white here with the purple next to it. So that's what the whole rug. I keep on calling it a carpet. A carpet is not modular. A rug you can throw down anywhere. A carpet stays where it is. That's the difference between a carpet and a rug. But yeah, that's what we're gonna work with. I'm gonna work some more on the weight and get this done. And if you're wondering what this side looks like, this is the other side, the back side of the rug. Got the H. You know, I cannot believe how much easier this gun was than the other one. So yeah, the AKV gets my thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and finish the white on it now. I have officially completed tufting. Now, I'm not officially done with it. We still need to trim it and glue it and all that other fun stuff, but I am done with the tufting part of it. This is the back side of it. Let's flip. Ow. I gotta watch myself. These are so sharp. Nicked my knuckle on it. Nicked my knuckle. So you gotta be careful with those. I'm gonna start wearing gloves, I think, whenever I am stretching it onto it, because I definitely pricked my finger more than once on it. You can see all the nails sticking out of the side of it. But okay, enough farting around. Let's flip this over. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Oh, look at this. That is cool. It is a full carpet, guys. A full rug, not a carpet. I keep on calling it a carpet. Uh-oh. I need to... That looks like I missed a line right there. I need to fix that little line there. But other than that, I would say this thing looks amazing. Look at that. I can't believe I made that. How cool is that? Hi. That is awesome. So yeah, now on to the gluing. So I just made it back from Home Depot. Got myself some adhesive for this. Actually got 3 different types. I got this. This is Roberts 3095. This goes directly onto this here. What that will do is it will bind all of these together into the cloth, so you know these individual ones can't just fall out like that. These just kind of come right out. But once that is on, that will be no more. Then from there, we go and use glue sticks. So what we do with the glue sticks is we're going to turn these on its side, and it'll make more sense when I do it. Then finally, I got Gorilla Glue spray adhesive for the backing cloth. This goes on top of everything to kind of hide that mess, and it does have non-stick stuff on the back of it. So we'll make it so it doesn't slide around and stuff. But let's get in and get this Roberts on. One thing that I don't know if I mentioned or not yet is that it's been about 2 months since I bought that initial gun, which means I have had 2 months to keep my eye open for upgrades and deals and stuff. And boy, did I find some. That will be in a different one to see all of the upgrades I did. One of them, I'm pretty sure, is going to make me lose a finger in the near future, or maybe even a hand. It is terrifying, but that will be in probably my next video. My next tufting video anyways. Which brings me to my final thing, is I'm thinking about doing the tufting more long term and see how good I get it or bad. But if you guys would like to follow along, I will leave a link in the description for the new channel, and I would love for you guys all to come and follow me along with that. And let's see how good I can get at this tufting. Okay, this, I think we put one more coat of this on here. And that should be good. This isn't going anywhere. Now we just have to let it cure for about 24 hours. So I'll see you guys in 24 hours. So we were supposed to leave this sit for 24 hours. It's actually been a few days now because it's been the holidays and been a little busy. So time to take this off the frame here. So first I'm gonna get the vise off. Whoa! Ow! You gotta be careful. It has these sharp nails. That hurt a little bit. And I guess we just pull this off. Okay, here is our rug. Let's take a peek at that. There we go. Now this is my sample stuff on the top here. That's not part of it, but this right here is the rug. Look at that. That is pretty cool, huh? So now we're going to flip this over. Actually, first, before I flip it over, I'm going to cut this out. So let's cut this out. And I am going to leave a little border around the edge of this. It'll make sense later, though. So let's cut this off of the rest of the fabric. And even though this has been sitting now for almost 4 days, it's still a little, not sticky, but like tacky almost. It doesn't make your fingers sticky, but your fingers will stick to it, if that makes any sense at all. Now, that's kind of surprising. I expect it to be just completely dry there. Okay, this is what we're dealing with here. Look, there's the rug right there. How cool. How cool. Now, a little bit more. You can see this is already sticking. Look, it will stick to the backing of here. So it is still pretty sticky, even though it's been 4 days. Now I'm going to make little slits around the outside so I can fold this and hot glue it to itself. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's get this started. And my camera just fell off, but it's okay. We're so good. So yeah, I'm just making little slots like this all the way around the exterior of it. And then I'm going to fold these over with a hot glue gun like this and glue it to itself. So each one of these will be folded over. So you can see I finished cutting each of these so I can flip them over on top of itself like this. I have the glue gun here heating up, so once that's all heated up, we'll get to this. And you can see I have this all the way around, all cut up in different sections like this, all the way around. The glue gun right here is getting heated up, and as soon as that's heated up, we'll get this done. I think my glue gun is all heated up, so I'm gonna start doing some glue on here and then folding it up. I've got a little bit of glue on the corner here. I'm not entirely sure why we do this. I think it's to help keep everything intact so the thread doesn't fall out. So I'm going to do a couple of these on camera, then I'm going to do the rest of it all off camera because it's going to take me a little bit of time and it'll be easier to do with two hands. There, you can see what I'm talking about though. So yeah, there you go. You have the first two done right here. They're just folded in on top of itself. I'm going to go around and do all the rest of them as well. So I'm going to get that done now. And I've just finished up with the glue gun. You can see all of the parts over here are glued down. Now I do believe I figured out why we do this. This cloth here actually falls apart. You can see some pieces of it, like this little piece right there. It does fall apart rather easy, and once it falls apart, the yarn comes out. So I believe that we glue it to the back like this to prevent it from falling out. So let's flip this over. Hi. You can see it there. Now the next one, this is going to take two hands, but I have this kind of lint remover, dog pet hair remover thing, and I'm just going to rake it across it. I have to push down pretty hard, but I'm going to need my other hand to push it. You can already see how much of it it's getting up. So I'm going to do that, clean this off a little bit, and then we'll get to the shaving of the carpet. And I think I am just about done. You can see just how much lint this thing has picked up off of here. So I think that is going to pretty much do it for this portion of it. Now we'll get to the shaving, but you can see it's already looking a little bit better just from doing that. So next I'm going to put the guide on my shaver and give us a quick trim, and then after that we're going to carve in between the letters, put the backing on, and then we are done. So I just put it on my scissors here. You can see the plastic guide all around. Not scissors, I guess shears would be a more appropriate name for it. So I'm going to take this, run it across. Now, this is what I'm most nervous about. I'm going to be honest with you, because you can really screw up a carpet with it. And it has a variable speed on it, which I really haven't found anything tell me what speed to use. So I'm going to just put it all the way up to as fast as it can go, because that seems to be what works best for hair. So I'm going to get that plugged in and we'll get going on this. Let's see if I can do this without ruining it. First time ever shaving the rug. Let's go. It's going through real easy. Actually, a little bit easier than I expected it to be. Now the bumps over here are really kind of messing with it. I did go a little too deep right there, but oh well. Live and learn, right? Oh, what a difference that makes, though. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. I went a little bit deep here, too. That's all right. Again, this is more of an experimental rug than anything. Just want to try and get my first one out of the way. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's get some of this excess off again with this tool here. Get all the lint off of it. Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference doing that, doesn't it? Really see how much different it is. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the guide off of here, off of the trimmer, and go in and carve the letters out. So let's get that done. And I'm also going to take care of the edges, clean those up. I think I'm going to do that with the scissors though. So I just finished up the corners. You can see how much smoother it is, how cleaned up it looks. Made a huge difference, actually a much better difference than I thought it was. Took the guard off of this. Now let's get to carving these letters, which is another thing that actually terrifies me. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of just carving out the edges of it to help define it better. So yeah, you can kind of see the line that I'm making right down the middle there. Now get the other side of it. Get the white side. And there you go. Yeah, you can really see how that helps define it. Let me clean that off a little bit, so you guys can really see the difference that makes. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up, but in person it makes a huge difference having this line carved in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead, finish up the rest of it, and then I'll show you the final result. I just finished up with the carving of it in between the letters. See how you can really see between the letters now how it defines the different colors. So when you do a carpet, you're going to want, or not a carpet, a rug. There I go again. When you do a rug, you're going to want to do that between each of the different colors. So that being done, there is only one thing left to do. I need to cut out the backing and attach it onto the back of it. So I have here that backing cloth I was talking about. You can see there's like silicone or rubber or something material on here, so it makes it non-slip. So I'm just gonna kind of put this on here real quick like this, so I have an idea of where to cut, and then I'm just gonna go through and cut it out. So now I have the backing cloth completely cut out, put on here, and one thing left to do, and that is glue it down. I'm gonna be using Gorilla Glue contact adhesive. So I'll give this a try. Hopefully this isn't too messy, but I guess I'll find out. Ooh, you're probably gonna want to do this in a much better ventilated area than this. This stuff stinks. Then I'm going to use the can to just kind of roll it so it gets itself set onto itself. That is sticky, man. Sticky and stinky. And I did read you want to do both the front and the back of this. So that's why you see me doing both the backing cloth and the rug itself. And now I have to let this sit for a few hours, trim off the excess, and I believe that this carpet will be complete. So we're almost done in that home stretch. All right, I'll see you guys in a few hours. So it has been about 3 hours. This is pretty much completely dry. Let's trim this excess backing off of here and have our carpet finished. The trimming is complete. You can see it's much straighter now on the edges, and oh, here's some of the stuff I trimmed off of it, but there you go. That is the final product right there. You can see it says hi. Anything I would have done different is definitely would have moved these letters a little bit closer, but I was doing it freehand, as you guys know. But yeah, you can see just like the detail that goes into these rugs there, what it actually looks like. But there we have it. That's my first rug. Again, let me know if you like this kind of material. I will be doing some more rugs, possibly on a second channel, so keep your eyes open for that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this rug tufting adventure. I'll see you guys all on the next adventure. Be kind to each other. Bye, guys.